Hello friends, today we're diving into an important topic that shapes the legal landscape of India, the Indian Penal Code, or IPC. This foundational document was enacted in 1860 and serves as the backbone of criminal law in India. It outlines various offences and prescribes punishments, ensuring justice and order in society. The IPC is not just a set of rules, it reflects the values and principles of our society. It aims to protect individuals from crime. Understanding the IPC is crucial for anyone interested in law, governance, or simply wanting to know their rights and responsibilities as citizens. As we explore the intricacies of the Indian Penal Code, we'll discuss its historical context, key provisions, and its impact on contemporary society. We'll also highlight how the IPC has evolved over the years to adapt to changing social norms and values. Thank you for joining us on this journey through India's legal framework. The IPC was drafted in 1860 by Lord Thomas Babington Macaulay and came into force on the 1st of January 1862. It was created during British rule to provide a uniform criminal code for all of India. The code contains 23 chapters and 511 sections, covering all kinds of offences, from theft and murder to defamation and public nuisance. It applies to all of India, including the Indian citizens outside India, except for certain states where special laws may also apply. Now let's see important section of IPC. So, we start from section 302. Section 302 of the Indian Penal Code is a rule that says if someone is found guilty of murder, they can be punished very seriously. This could mean spending their whole life in jail, or even facing the death penalty, and they might have to pay a fine too. What is the punishment? Under IPC 302, death or imprisonment for life and the fine. Now let's see a real example of IPC 302. Here we found one example of IPC 302, that is Kanhaiya Hochikand. Kanhaiya Lal, also reported as Kanhaiya Lal Teli or Sahu, was a tailor in the area of Adaipa, in the Indian state of Rajasthan. He belonged to the Hindu Teli community and ran a small shop providing tailoring services. What happened? On the 28th of June 2022, Kanhaiya Lal was murdered inside his shop in broad daylight. Two men entered posing as customers, then attacked him with knives and dragged him out. A video of the attack was released. Now let's see exactly what happened in this case. The senior police officer who was with us will tell us.
The motive? It is reported that Kanhaiya Lal had shared a post on social media supporting another figure, Nupur Sharma, whose remarks about the Prophet Muhammad had sparked controversy. The attackers claimed the killing was retribution for an insult to Islam.
Thank you, ma'am. You can also watch a movie based on this. Name is Udaipur Files. I hope you understand section 302. Now, we will see the next section. That is section 306. Section 306 of the Indian Penal Code is about a serious rule that says it's a crime to make someone want to hurt themselves or end their life. If someone does this, they can go to jail for up to 10 years and might have to pay money as a punishment. Now let's talk about what exactly is this section of the IPC with the senior lawyer of the Supreme Court.
If any person commits suicide, whoever abets the commission of such suicide shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. Punishment for imprisonment up to 10 years. Fine can be imposed by the court. Police can arrest without a warrant. It is a non-bailable offense. Accused can still apply for anticipatory bail, though a lawyer.
Thank you, sir. Now we can see real example of section 306. Here we found one example of section 306, that is death of Sushant Singh Rajput. On the 14th of June 2020, Indian actor Sushant Singh Rajput was found dead at his room in Bandra, Mumbai, aged 34. The cause of death was ruled as suicide, with official post-mortem reports confirming Rajput died of asphyxia due to hanging. The Mumbai police launched an investigation into the death, which had become a subject of widespread speculation and rumours. Now we can talk with senior police officer who can handle this case.
The FIR filed by Sushant's father included Section 306, alleging that Riya Chakraborty and others mentally harassed and manipulated Sushant, contributing to his. Sushant Singh Rajput's case began as a suicide, but grew into a massive multi-agency investigation involving allegations of abetment, drug use, financial fraud, and conspiracy, and it remains one of the most emotionally charged and unsolved celebrity cases in India. Initially, this case looks like murder, but after investigation, we found that the case is under abetment of suicide.
Thank you, sir. You can also watch movie based on this section. Name is Section 306 IPC. Next, we can see Section 376. Section 376 of the Indian Penal Code, IPC, deals with the offence of rape, one of the most serious crimes under Indian criminal law. Anyone who commits rape shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for a term not less than 10 years, but it may extend to life imprisonment, and shall also be liable to fine. Now we can see aggravated forms or types under Sections 376. Section 376 consists of 376A, 376B, 376C, 376D, and 376E. Section 376A consists of rape causing death or persistent vegetative state, and punishment, life imprisonment or death. Section 376B consists of sexual intercourse by a husband upon his wife during separation, and punishment, 2 to 7 years. Section 376C consists of sexual intercourse by person in authority, for example, teacher, jail staff, and punishment, 5 to 10 years. Section 376D consists of gang rape, and punishment, minimum 20 years to life. Section 376E consists of repeat offenders, and punishment, death penalty possible. Now we can get more information from lawyer.
Section 376 of the Indian Penal Code, IPC, deals with the offense of rape, one of the most serious crimes under Indian criminal law. And you talked about punishment. Minimum punishment, 10 years. Earlier it was 7 years. But after the 2013 amendment following the Nirbhaya case, it was increased. Maximum punishment, life imprisonment, meaning imprisonment for the remainder of the person's natural life in certain cases. Fine. Must be fair and adequate to meet the medical expenses and rehabilitation of the victim.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information. Now we can see one real example related to Section 376. This is a case in DRGION Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. On August 9, 2024, a doctor in Kolkata was allegedly raped and murdered inside the premises of the hospital she was working. Here's what happened. The 31-year-old postgraduate medical student, who was on a 36-hour shift at the DRGION Medical College and Hospital, reportedly went to the seminar room to rest at 2 a.m. on Friday. The next morning, her body was found with at least 10 injuries. There was bleeding from her eyes, mouth, and genitals. There were also injuries on her face, lips, neck, nails, stomach, ring finger, and left leg. The accused is Sanjay Roy, a civic volunteer with the Kolkata police, not a full police officer who reportedly had access to the hospital premises. Evidence used in the arrest. CCTV footage showing Roy entering the building at around 4 a.m. A Bluetooth earpiece found at the scene that traced to his phone. Bloodstains on his shoes. Initially, the case was handled by the Kolkata police. The Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) later took over after the Calcutta High Court ordered a transfer. After investigation, the court made a decision after looking at everything. The CBI told the court that only one person, Roy, was involved in the rape murder, and it was not a gang rape. Based on DNA, expert opinion, and forensic tests, on January 18, 2025, Roy was convicted of rape causing death, and murder. He received life imprisonment until death, i.e., until the end of his natural life, instead of the death penalty. The court also ordered Roy to pay a fine, 50,000, and directed the West Bengal state government pay compensation, 17 lakh to the victim's family. I will show you one video.
In China, a rapist receives the death penalty along with the punishment of castration. In Saudi Arabia, they are beheaded, meaning their head is separated from the body. In North Korea, the death penalty is carried out by a firing squad. In Afghanistan, the punishments include the death penalty through shooting or hanging. In Egypt and Iran, the death penalty is also given, but in India, a rapist receives a minimum of 10 years in prison, which can extend to life imprisonment. The death penalty is only considered if the case is extremely severe. How right or wrong these punishments are, I leave that decision up to you.
After seeing this video, what do you think about this section? India is still reading less than other countries. So, moving forward, we can see section 304B, section 304B of the Indian Penal Code (IPC) deals with dowry death, criminal offence that occurs when a woman dies from burns, bodily injury, or otherwise, and naturally within 7 years of her marriage, and it can be proven that she was subjected to cruelty or harassment by her husband or his relatives for dowry demands. Now we can talk with senior lawyer of High Court.
Dowry is illegal in India under the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961, which prohibits the giving, taking, or demanding of any property or valuable security in connection with a marriage. If the prosecution needs to prove that the death was a result of dowry, demand, or harassment for dowry, the police can arrest in IPC Section 304B and punishment, imprisonment for life or imprisonment up to 10 years and fine. And it is a non-bailable offense. Accused can still apply for anticipatory bail, though a lawyer.
Now let's understand through a real example, wedding that took place 5 months ago, and today, the death of a new bride. What happened was that in Lucknow 32-year-old Madhu Singh, who had married a merchant navy officer just 6 months ago, was found dead on the morning of August 4th. Her in-laws claimed that Madhu Singh committed suicide. However, her family members say that the real reason for her unfortunate death is the torture and murder by her in-laws for dowry demands. In reality, Madhu Singh and Anurag got married on the 25th of February through a matrimonial site. At the time of the wedding, Anurag demanded 15 lakh rupees, and this is clear in the WhatsApp chats. Madhu's family said they could only give 5 lakh, but Anurag refused. Because of this, the assault started right after the wedding, which led her to return to her home and later come back to her in-laws with some dowry. When all this was not enough for them, and she was continuously tortured, it led to Madhu Singh's death. According to the reports, every 75 minutes, a woman is killed in India. It is not by strangers, it usually the family in which she married.
2025, imagine, dowry is still killing women.
Allegedly due to dowry-related harassment by her husband and in-laws.
A mother kills her child and then kills herself.
And the dowry deaths are only seeing long investigation and rare conviction where we need actual eradication of the problem. Now we can see another section, that is IPC section 146. IPC section 146 applies when a group of people gathers illegally and starts using force or violence. If a peaceful protest turns into a violent crowd that damages property, attacks people, or fights with the police, it is considered rioting. Even if a person does not directly hit or break anything, they can still be punished if they stay in the group. The law helps control mob violence and protect public safety. And punishment is punishable with imprisonment up to 2 years, or fine. Now let's understand through a real example. Here we found one real example, that is Amravati riot. What happened? In Tripura, social media began circulating reports of mass vandalization and attacks on minorities. In November 2021, Amravati witnessed a wave of violence during a shutdown called by a saffron-affiliated group. A large crowd, thousands, gathered in areas like Rajkamal Chowk, Kotwali, etc. Some participants hurled stones, burnt shops, damaged vehicles and private property. In response, a curfew was imposed, internet services suspended, and extra police SAPF forces deployed. Police said that, while a large rally was called, a part of the crowd turned violent. 80 to 100 persons, leading from approximately 8,000, in one assessment. And in this, many policemen imposed IPC sections on people in riot. Now we can see last section of IPC regarding child abuse. Child abuse in India is covered under multiple sections of the Indian Penal Code IPC, as well as under special laws like the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POCSO Act 2012. But we can see only one section, that is section 317. This section deals with cases where parents or guardians intentionally leave a child in a place where the child's life, health, or safety is at risk. It is considered a serious form of child abuse and neglect. The punishment is imprisonment up to 7 years. Fine can also be imposed. Both imprisonment and fine may be awarded by the court. We can get through example. A mother leaves her 3-year-old child on a railway platform and goes away, intending never to return. If the child is later found and rescued, the mother can be charged under section 317 IPC for abandonment. Key points: the act must be intentional. The child must be under 12 years of age. The offence applies to parents or guardians responsible for the child. It aims to protect children from neglect and cruelty. So, I hope you will understand all that I have been discussed. So thank you so much for your valuable time and consideration. Thank you.